everybody, Scott Golden here with the Golden Opportunities Coaching YouTube channel. Welcome to those of you who are new. We've got over 800 of these available for your listening pleasure. We try to add to these on a regular basis, sometimes daily, usually multiple times per week. We try to do that for your listening pleasure as well as to help you live a more powerful, engaged, and helpful life for yourself. We do that as often as we can, and also if you're looking for one-to-one coaching on relationship improvement, kind of figuring out your life, where your blind spots are, where your strong points are, kind of career coaching, habit change, all of these are things that I work with. I've worked for 14 years with over 16,000 people, probably about 35 to closing in on 40,000 sessions all over the world, and would love to be of service to you. If you're looking at that, would love to be able to connect with you at PO Perception on Twitter or in the About Me section of this YouTube page. Either one will get you where you need to be in terms of getting in contact, and would love to be of service to you in that way. So if you are, kind of looking at where you can improve, I'm just going to run through some basic things that are valuable. The first is don't fear failure, because failure is just an opportunity to reset yourself closer to success. The people that fear failure are the ones that never get anything done, or virtually never, because they're paralyzed by the fear of what could go wrong rather than the realization that when something goes wrong, it's just an opportunity to learn, grow, and reset. It doesn't necessarily mean that we won't have a negative emotion related to falling short of our expectations, but when we understand failure properly as an opportunity to reset, then we take our control of our life back in a meaningful way, and then begin to be able to do really masterful and powerful things in a deeper way. The next is stop wishing and start doing. So, so many times people say, I wish things were different, but I wish I had more money, but I wish that my life was different, or that my situation with my ex was different. But the reality is, wishing gets us nowhere. It's a great tool for kind of creation, but at the time, after we wish for a little bit to make ourselves feel better, the action steps are what matters. You can spend all day hoping that things will change, or you can actively take a role in doing it. And a lot of times, people don't want to do the things that they need to do and then deal with consequences years later. I'll be totally honest. Some of the things, and I trusted some wrong people in my own life, and I will completely own that some of the things I'm putting back together now are because I trusted the wrong people 5, 7, 10, 12 years ago. And that doesn't necessarily mean that I'm unintelligent or that other people are better than me. It means sometimes we make mistakes and we have to course correct, and it can take us a long time to do that, but working at it, chipping away at it, kind of like an iceberg, day by day and moment by moment, is the only way that we can regain control of our life in a meaningful way. Look for advantages. So whether it's advantages in knowledge, advantages in hustle, advantages in the ability to continue and work with passion, advantages of how late you're willing to stay, how hard you're willing to work. There's all sorts of advantages a person can have. So look for your advantage over your competition. Look for your advantage over people that have done things longer than you. Maybe they've lost passion. Maybe they got lazy. Maybe they got, overwhelmed. Maybe they're not focused, whatever it is. Also, understand that you got to manage your thoughts. And I tell people, come back to a state of neutrality first. A lot of people are out there teaching positive thinking, and positive thinking is wonderful if there's things that you're legitimately, genuinely grateful for and positive about. But when you're overwhelmed and frustrated, while having gratitude is a great part of it, coming back to it could be better, it could be worse. What can I change in the moment? A neutral space is one of the most powerful things people can do. I hate the positivity movement in one regard, and that is, look, if you're always positive, then how are you going to know what to appreciate? Because if everything's going well and you never experience negativity, there's nothing to really appreciate. So the polarity of needing to have opposites, positive and negative, what some may say is good and bad, right and wrong. These polarities are part of the world experience, and learning how to come to a central middle road with the polarities is where power truly lies. The next is be willing to study, whether it's through audio, whether it's through video, whether it's through going to seminars, working with a coach, working with a professor in a college environment, working with a mentor who's done what you're trying to do, working with a business builder, mastermind group, or any other way. Be willing to study and commit to the studying process. That means to take time for it every day. That means don't take days off. And if you take a day off, have a legitimized reason of where you're going to make up the time later. Know that every time you take a step backwards and take a day off, you're actually costing yourself, and be willing to admit that maybe you are costing yourself and there may be some self-sabotage in there. Also, I'm not saying don't enjoy your life, but what I'm saying is make learning and growth and contribution in growth a major part of your own success model. And the last thing is know your boundaries and don't cross them. What that means is, look, there's a difference between leaving your comfort zone and leaving your boundaries. Your comfort zone are things that you may not want to do, but you could see the benefit of doing. Your boundaries are the things where it's like, no, I can't go beyond this because the negative consequence or risk of negative consequence is so great that I won't be able to do it well, or there's imminent danger. So know your boundaries and stick to them. Understand that other people may not agree with you sticking to them, but in the end, ultimately, there are ways to kind of go through that in a meaningful manner, and hopefully that's helpful for you. And in any event, keep your feet on the ground, your mind in the moment. Until next time, everybody.